Okay, good afternoon all. Time for your campaigns to begin. So you've all done a little bit of work this morning and hopefully you've learned a few different things from Mr. Spike and you've had some good class time. It's time to start thinking about our elections that we're going to be preparing for at the end of the week. You should now be in your groups. If you're not sure of your group yet, make sure you check with the teacher who should have a copy of group lists for each of the classes. What you're going to have received in this particular lesson is this booklet right here, which is your campaign booklet. Now you'll have one booklet per group, and this is the document that kind of summarizes all of the campaign information that you put together during the week. Now it's not expected, obviously, that you do everything in here today. What we want to do is we want to build up a few things over the next 3 days, so that on Friday you've got a well-developed campaign idea and you're able to present in the elections. Right, the very first thing to do, obviously, make sure you put your focus class number, make sure you put the names of the people in your party. The party name we're going to hold on to for a second. Once you open up, there's another copy of the assessment activity. You've seen this document before. That's a little bit of information there talking about why we're doing it and how we're doing it, and a little bit of information about what activities are going to come up on which days. The very first thing to do once you're in your groups is this first page here in regards to campaign roles. Now there are 4 members in each team, maybe 5, and you need to choose those different roles for each person in your team. So have a look at the description, think about the different characteristics and skills each of you offer, and then choose the role accordingly for each teammate. Make sure you have a discuss with each other and listen to each other's opinions so that you're able to choose the best roles for your team. All right, going forward from there, you'll notice that if you turn the next page, you'll see at the top of your session 3, which is today, and today we are developing your campaign. There's a few activities you need to do, and the activities for today's campaign are on pages 4, 5, and 6. We want to go through those 3 really quickly with you now so that you guys are ready to go. The very first thing you're going to be doing is choosing your party name. So making sure you're discussing different ideas. What is your party represented by? And those sort of things. That detail is there. We also need you to look at things like your logo, your slogan, your important values. And so this is sort of initial sort of brainstorming about who your party is and what your party's about. So that's going to take up a fair bit of your time in today's class. The second part, and if you turn back onto page 6, the second part of today's task is to start brainstorming some ideas and thinking about how you're going to address the issue of the campaign. Now that's the really most important part of your time today. It's great to get interested in the name of your party and slogans and logos, and those are all really important, but don't forget that everything that you're doing is designed to address the issue of how we as a Luther community, our staff and our students, how can we further incorporate the Luther learning attribute of being ethical, global, and sustainable into life at Luther College. So that's the key thing that we need you guys to focus on. So don't forget about moving towards that. So you need to ensure that you spend some time today researching different ideas, and that might involve getting online, having a really good understanding about what that Luther attribute actually means, and then starting to think of how we could actually implement those different ideas in our schooling context. So that's your plan for this afternoon. Use it effectively, use it well. It's really important, obviously, that you get the ball rolling today, because in your next campaign time, which will be tomorrow afternoon, we'll move on to the next thing. So you need to make sure you use this time effectively and don't get too far behind. Please ensure you ask questions. I'll be floating around. Yeah, have a great time. Get into it. Let's go, guys. See ya.